We look up at the moon like it's ours, a silver lantern watching over our nights, a constant, a comfort. It's been our companion through every war, every love story, every moment of silence. We've written poems to it, sung to it, howled at it, and we call it familiar, as if we know it. But we don't, because half of that glowing face has never looked us in the eye. Half of the moon has always been hiding. They call it the dark side of the moon, though that's not really true. It gets light, it gets darkness, just like the side we see. But the name stuck, not because of how the sunlight hits it, but because of how it feels. Out of sight, unreachable, secretive. It's the part of the moon that never turns toward us. And in that simple fact, in the cosmic twist that keeps it hidden, lives one of the most haunting mysteries we know. Imagine you're standing on the far side of the moon. No earth in the sky, no city lights on the horizon, just endless gray and a cold wind that never moves. You look up, and there's nothing. No blue dot to remind you where you came from. No signal, no sound, just space and silence. Now imagine being the first person to float past it, the first astronaut to leave the comforting view of Earth behind and drift into that shadowed half. For a moment, maybe more, you're alone in a way no human has ever been. No contact, no noise, no lifeline. You exist, but no one knows where. Back in 1968, during Apollo 8, 3 men orbited the moon, and for 45 minutes on each pass, they disappeared from Earth's radar. 45 minutes where Mission Control heard nothing but static. They had to just wait, hands frozen, breath held, until the spacecraft emerged from the dark. When Frank Borman's voice finally crackled back through the radio, you could hear the tension melt. But what was behind that silence? What was out there? The far side of the moon is jagged, angry, covered in craters, like time itself has been attacking it for billions of years. Unlike the near side, smoother, calmer, this half is scarred and brutal. It's as if the universe dumped all its pain there and then quietly turned the moons back on us. And here's the thing, we didn't even see it until 1959. Let that sink in. Humans have stared at the moon for thousands of years, but the far side remained invisible until a single Soviet spacecraft, Luna 3, took a photograph and showed us what we'd been missing. It wasn't beautiful, not in the way we expected. It was haunting, stark, empty, but not entirely. Over the years, as we sent more probes, more missions, more eyes to look where ours couldn't, whispers began to grow. Strange formations, odd energy readings, craters where the light didn't bounce back the way it should. Some believe there's something wrong with the far side. Not wrong in a scientific sense, but wrong in a way we can't name. As if the moon's other face is holding on to something we're not meant to see. There are legends, of course, always have been. Stories of alien bases, of secret installations hidden deep in the shadows, of signals that bounce and vanish, of ancient machines, long silent, buried beneath the rock. It's easy to dismiss them. Easier still when the stories come wrapped in conspiracy. But sometimes, even the wildest stories have a heartbeat of truth. What we do know is this. The far side of the moon pulls at us, not with gravity but with curiosity. It's the itch we can't scratch, the door we can't open, and maybe that's why it holds such power. Not because of what it shows, but because of what it refuses to reveal. Still, we try. In 2019, China became the first country to land a rover on the far side, a machine called Chang'e 4, named after a moon goddess. It was a moment of history, a step into the unknown. The rover rolled out into the dust, its tiny wheels squeaking through an alien landscape. It planted its feet in a place no human had ever touched. But even then, it was just a machine. It couldn't feel the weight of the silence. It couldn't look up and miss Earth. And that's what makes this story so deeply human. We are creatures of light. We crave the known, but we are also drawn, irresistibly, to the unknown. We want to walk into the darkness, not because it's safe, but because it isn't. Because something in our bones tells us that the places we fear the most are where we'll find the truths we need the most. What would it feel like to build a base there? To live on the far side? To wake up in the cold morning of a moon that never lets you see your home? Would we become different people? Would we lose something or find something? The moon has always been a mirror. It reflects our light, yes, but also our hopes, our fears, our longing. And maybe, just maybe, its far side is the part of that mirror we've kept turned away. The part that shows us who we are when no one's watching, when there's no signal, when there's only the stars and the silence. One day someone will walk there, not just orbit, not just scan. They'll step onto that strange, forgotten surface, and they'll look up and see nothing. No Earth, no comfort, just the universe, raw, unfiltered, endless. And in that moment, maybe they'll understand something we haven't yet. Not about space, not about science, but about loneliness, about mystery, about what it really means to be human in a cosmos that is both beautiful and terrifying. Until then, the far side of the moon waits, patient, unmoved, half of our oldest companion, still holding its secrets like a whisper in the dark. We will go. We have to go, because the moon, even in silence, is still calling.